Hey everybody, it's Heidi with the Weathered Fence Post, and welcome to our channel and to a haul video. My husband Steve and I are resellers in the Raleigh, Garner, North Carolina area. We don't sell online at this time, but we do have two booths at vendor malls, one at Antiques at Gresham Lake in North Raleigh and one at Collected Treasures in Garner. What we'd love to do on this channel is to take you out hunting with us, and then we also like to go over everything that we found. Tonight's video is a haul video. We're going to go over some of the items that we found in upstate New York, our recent trip up to upstate New York, where we shopped all kinds of places, a couple of church rummage sales. We went to a great place called Pipes Creek Productions in Tioga Center. Awesome place to find treasures. We went into my mother's grange and hunted, my sister's garage. We went everywhere. So let's get into it. I'm going to go over, this is one of the first bins that I got into. I think I have about 5 bins that I have to go through, so this is like one bin that we're going to go over tonight. So let's get into it. I'm going to start out real strong with this fantastic illustrated artwork. This was just a piece that I found at Pipes. I have a hard time saying that name, at the place in Tioga Center, Pipes Creek Productions. But it's on like a cardboard, and I believe it's like a litho. It's like that chalky material. Really nice piece. It is signed right there, and it's Frederick Sands Brunner. And he was born in, let's see, Boyertown, Pennsylvania in 1886. He attended and graduated from the Pennsylvania Museum and School of Industrial Arts. And a lot of his work was used as magazine covers or calendar pictures, just beautiful pieces of artwork. This one, I don't know what the title to it is. There's a number on it here. It says 5021. I just absolutely love this. I might have a hard time giving it up, but I will probably put it in a frame and sell it. If you haven't done so, you need to go back and watch the hunting videos that we did in upstate New York. There's several of them in a row. And my mother joined me on some of the hunt, and she's a fantastic hunter. She always finds great treasures. And here's an example of a piece that she found that she paid $1.50 for. And as you can see right there, it is a piece of Hull pottery. It is gorgeous, this vase. Absolutely beautiful, with the pinks and the greens and the yellows, and it's just beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, and it's just a stunning piece that I cannot wait to bring to one of our booths. Before we actually left for upstate New York, she had sent down a box of items that she had found, and she knows that I love the 70s items, that vintage 70 vibe. And here's a fantastic macrame owl with this nice long tail. He's got a great big wooden bead for a nose and eyes, and he's got the fluffy eyes. I just love this piece. And again, I get so excited when I get to bring something that's genuine from the 70s, authentic stuff to our booth. That's what I love the most. In that box from her from New York were a couple of hangers that I thought were really fantastic. As you can see right here, this one is from a fur storage place. Looks like you would store your fur there. And it says 55 John Street. I don't know what city that was in. I'd have to do some research on that. And with a lot of the things I'm going to show you today, or this evening, it's actually evening, I didn't have a chance to research a lot of stuff because I'm trying to get it all priced and into the booth right away. This one says Hotel Dixie, which I thought was really cool. This one does say that it's out of Boston. Hotel Essex, Boston, and Hotel Dixie, New York. So, oh, here, and oh, there's quite a few things on here. Hotel Avery in Boston. Hotel Hotel Garde, New Haven. Hotel Riviera, New York. And Hotel George Washington. That's a really cool hanger. Very cool hanger. Another cute piece that my mother sent down was this really cute whale made in Japan. He is actually the salt to a salt and pepper set. The pepper is missing now, so we just have the salt. And so because of that, I don't really feel like I can sell them. It would really be somebody who was looking for the piece to complete their own set, and we don't sell online, so the chances of somebody walking in our booth to find this one piece is probably pretty rare. So I probably will keep him just because I think he's just so adorable, and he has, I think, you know, like that 70s vibe. He is made in Japan, so anyway, very cute piece. If you watched the video, you saw me find these cool die cuts at that roadside flea market. These are from the mid-80s. I think it says 1984. Yeah, 1984. And they're made by Peck Incorporated out of Bloomington, Indiana. Made in the USA. So we have a Santa, and they're double-sided. They've never been used because, see, this part right here actually would tear away, and you would hang them up from that. So here's another piece. And is that, like I said, this little part here would tear away. So this is Santa in the sleigh. I think there were a couple of those. Yeah, 2 of those. And then we have some holly and berries, like a wreath. And I think there was 2 of those. But I thought those were really cool vintage pieces from the 80s. On the vintage things, I also found these really neat dioramas. These are actually sought after pretty good. This one has a little bear on the inside and some tinsel, and they usually have like a little mirroring on the back of it. And then this one is a horse, a little rocking horse with a bear. I think that's a bear, yeah, a bear on a rocking horse. And that's the same thing, so that's a set of those. And then this is my favorite type of diorama. I really love these. This is like the wise man and a tree, and again it has that reflectiveness in the back, but I love the shape of this. There were a couple of Annalize. I think you saw me, if you watched the video, you saw me find these in the box. Now one of them is much older than the other, and it shows. This one has a lot of damage to it, so I don't know how much we can get for this. If anything, I may have to keep this for my own collection. On the tag there, it says 1957. I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but it does say 1957. And again, I haven't researched these. I guess I wasn't aware that Annalize went that far back. But that one says 1957, where this one says 2002. This one's so cute. It's a little cat, which I think is so cute. It has a little bag of catnip and a little mouse on it. And it is like the color of our cat Madison. It's kind of cute. I thought this was so cool. It's like a little genie. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be part of a set. That's what the bottom looks like. It's like a plastic. I really, really liked it. I can tell it's vintage, but I just don't know. I haven't had time to research everything. If you're familiar with it, go ahead and, you know, let us know in the comments what it is. And by the way, I don't mind people, you know, adding comments and letting me know if I've got something wrong. Like I found out I was saying light a lot when it's actually a lamp, and a lamp puts off a light. And you're absolutely correct. I do say that a lot. So I don't mind learning. I'm always about learning. My friend Joanne, she told me I'm saying Ephemera wrong, which I was. It's oh gosh, hang on. I was saying Ephemera. See, I can't even say it now. But it's Ephemera, and I was saying Ephemera. So thank you for letting me know that, because I don't want to look like a fool, and I do like to learn. That's one of the things I love about this industry, if you want to call it, that we're in, of hunting for treasures. We're always learning new stuff. So I'm going to try to get that right. I'm going to say it wrong again, I know, but I'll get it. I found this fantastic cloth teak. I guess it would be St. Nicholas. It says, yeah, St. Nicholas. It's Cloth Teak Signature Series. It's from 1996, and this is supposedly St. Nicholas during the 1300s, and that's what that little plaque says. And this guy, he stands on this little stand, but I thought he was fantastic. I love him. Look at him in his robe. Just beautiful. And nice size. And that's the back. These are very collectible. I think somebody will really enjoy adding this to their collection. I went back the second day or the third day or whatever day it was. I did go back to the flea market. I passed these up the first day because there was some chipping on them. But then when I was reviewing the video, the shop along video, I was like, you know what? They're just too cute to leave behind. I'm not leaving those behind. I'm going back to get those cats. They have a really pretty like blue, gray blue color to them. And I love them. On the bottom, it's Mart Rossini out of Japan. You're not going to be able to read it. My phone will not, no matter what I do, give me a close-up focus. So, sorry, not going to be able to get that for you. But it does say Rossini on the bottom. Great little set of vintage cats. So I would consider this ephemera or antique picture. I do have somebody who collects these, and I really think she's going to love this one for her collection. I just love this guy with his derby hat and his long coat. And I've got a whole bunch more of ephemera, not ephemera, emperor, whatever I was saying. I'm going to go through them kind of quickly, just show them to you. This looks like it was some type of, possibly a birth certificate out of Panama. This one looks like it was the membership certificate into the Order of the Good Templars. And this says George Woodruff on it. And I'm going to go over that with my mother, make sure that's not somebody from that area. She likes to collect memorabilia history from that area. There were a whole bunch of photographs, and we determined that this was from Minnesota. I think this was a lake up in Minnesota. It looks like it was possibly a trip that some people took. I thought that was a cool picture of the fireplace. Now some of these say postcards, so I think they might have been postcards that they picked up from that trip. There's a big old tree. But then there were also pictures of them. Like, I love this one. This looks like, just by the clothing and the shoes in that picture, I'm thinking 40s, possibly. Look like it could be maybe the 40s. But they were so interesting, sitting in the rocking chair. So there was a whole bunch of, here's some guys fishing. Thought that was a cool thing. And then you saw me, I got so excited about this. I really love this. You just won't believe what year this is from. This is from 1870, was it 75? 1875. This is it's a storybook from 1875. I will be keeping this, and it has some beautiful artwork in it. I will be keeping this for my own personal collection. I really, really love this piece. I love the front of it. And I just can't believe it's from 1875. And this place in Tiger Center was loaded with stuff like this. And I was picking up things like this for people to use in their junk journaling, but it's just really interesting. This was from, believe it or not, September 2nd, 1964, 2 years before I was born. And then this one was from March 14th, 1960. And these were like photography bags where people would drop off their film to be developed and pick it up in that bag. This is the Interstate Street Guide to Binghamton, Endicott, and Johnson City. I was born in Johnson City. So this is just really, really neat to me. Let's see if there was a year on this. I'm not seeing it, but such a great book. This is like a bank book or a bank journal. It kept track of your banking. And I was just kind of reading through the entries and how much things cost. Like a shoe repair was $1.10. Cash from the bank. So this is from 1970. The dates are in here. Cash from the bank, $60. Cash to Bertie. Giving cash to Bertie, $2. Paid Dr. Tweeton, $44.60. Doctors were still pretty expensive back then too. Here's a payment to the hospital for $25 compared to buying, you know, like some candy for 40 cents. So I thought this was really interesting. Little bank register. And then this again, this is some type of like a ledger from a store, keeping track of people would charge things at the store, and then they would come in and pay off their tally. I don't know if I'm not thinking of the right word for it, but this is from 1904. So it would have the person's name and what they were charging, and then when they came in and paid. It is damaged on the top, but I wasn't worried about that because people like to use like just the pages. They'll just tear out a page and use it in their junk journaling. So this is why I picked that up. Here's a Christmas carols book. All the Christmas carols. It's just a nice size. And I was just looking to see if there's a date on this. I don't see it, but here's the songs that are in it, and just love it. I just love it. This is from a play. This is Denison's Vandeville Sketches, I Want to Get Married. So it looks like it's a play, you know, that you would read from. This is what the secretary says. This is what Jerry said. I thought that was really cool. Very cool piece. And then this, I thought was so neat. It's Webster's Composition. So it's, again, just a composition book, but all the things that are in this book are so interesting. It kind of starts out like it's a school book. It says September 1931, lesson 1 is in manicuring, and it goes over why you need to manicure your fingers. And then here is lesson 2, the health clock, and lesson 3, a trip through the health land. And then as it goes on, it gets into recipes. There's all kinds of recipes in here. Here's something about meats. So I don't know if this was like a health class or what type of class. Here's dill pickles. This is all handwritten. What's the name of that class? It wasn't health. It was home economics, right? Wasn't it home economics or something like that? Carrot pudding. I've never heard of carrot pudding. So I just thought it was a really cool thing. Again, another piece that I might keep. I don't know. I might let that one go. I just thought that was such cool ephemera. I really love it, and there was tons of it there. And anytime I go back to New York, I'm going to that place if it's open, and I'm going to take my time and dig through and find those cool things because I thought they were really cool. Now these are pretty awesome too. These are old stencils. And I thought I saw a date on them, 1954. I don't know if it's going to show up, but right down there at the bottom it says 1954. So we have like the really small ones, small letters. We've got numbers, numbers and letters. Then there's like a mid-size. I thought these were really cool. And I could just see somebody, you could just decorate with these. You could actually frame these. I think they'd be kind of neat framed. So I picked them up. We'll see how they do. Found some great depression glass in there. I found 3 pieces that actually do glow. You can see how beautiful that is in that uranium glass. And I just think that it's so pretty. The design on there, the lacing on that design. Now there is a little surface scratching on there, but I think because it's uranium glass, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I think the collector will still be interested in it. There are different level of collectors. Some people are entry level. Some people want everything to be perfect. So there's always somebody for the different levels. So that glows real nice too. And there's a bowl somewhere down there in another one of the bins that I'll show you when I get to it. A couple of figurines. I love this lion. Anything that's going to be a cat, any type of cat, I'm probably always going to pick up. But this guy I think is fantastic. Just love the look of him. He's in great condition. I consider him in great condition. There is no marking on him, so I don't know, where he's from or, what year I could possibly put him at. But I, do think he has a little bit of age in him. I love that piece. Now this guy, not such an older piece. It does say made in Vietnam on the bottom, but he's an elephant, and we usually do pretty well with elephants in the booth. And this would be something that you would put a little plant on, like a little succulent or something like that. He's kind of used as like a little plant stand. He's got his trunk up for good luck. I did find one of these little tree toppers. This one does have quite a bit of damage on the base of it. So you can see there it's all broken. I didn't care because I knew it was old. I'm going to keep it for my own collection. I also know that Joanne collects these. I don't know if she'd be interested in it, but it is a smaller one, so she might, to get a different size. But I thought it was so cool. I love the dots on it. I have really been lucking out with some beautiful clear glass items lately. This was at one of the church rummage sales, and it is marked on the bottom. It does say Lenox there. I don't know if you're going to be able to catch it, but these are a beautiful set of candlesticks. These are candlesticks, very weighted, so they won't tip over, but they have like a fluted top, like a, you know, like a flower, in great condition. I'm so excited to pick these up, and every time I've picked something up like this now that's, you know, a definite, you know, nice maker, that's in really good condition and it's beautiful crystal, it is selling right away. People do want these quality pieces. So don't be afraid to pick up that clear glass if it's something quality like this. Here's a piece of clear glass that I picked up, but I picked it up because it's the Chemung spring water. And this is out of the area that I'm from in upstate New York. It's from Chemung, New York. And there's an Indian on it. That is because that area in upstate New York that I'm from is well known for the Indians. There's the Susquehanna River. You can find arrowheads along the river banks, and when the farmers plow the fields, you'll find Indian memorabilia and stuff. So I definitely wanted to pick this up for the history in that area. Does need some cleaning on the inside, but I have already, my mother actually sent a couple of these to me. I have one in my own collection that I've kept, and I did sell one in our booth a while back, so I do know that somebody will be picking this up. I found this great piece at one of the church rummage sales. Church rummage sales are great because you always find quality items at a great price. I think I paid $1 for this Viking piece. This is, it has the sticker right on it. It says Viking. This is like a votive or like a little candy dish. I wish there were two of them. You know, if you're going to use it for candles, it would be nicer to have two. But some people list this as a candy dish. I think it's more for a candle, but I love it. Either way, it's beautiful. My mother's always asking me, you know, what are you hunting for? What kinds of things can I keep my eye out for? And I had just told her, you know, keep your eye out for lanterns, the miniature lanterns. People do like to collect those, and they usually don't cost a lot when you find them, and you don't sell them for a lot either, but they're really cute. They don't take up a lot of space in the booth, and people do love them. And these were at that place in Tioga Center. Again, it was just loaded with treasures like this. I love this one. It's fantastic with all this hobnail. Oh, it's just beautiful. And then it has the striations here. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And then this one, pretty classic, but a miniature version of the classic hurricane lamp. Or lantern. What is it? Is it lamp or lantern? I know it puts off light. And for the bottle collectors, I did pick this piece up. It says W.T. Raleigh out of Freeport, Illinois. Again, I have not had a chance to research items. And again, I'm sorry my phone does not focus properly like it should, so you're not getting a nice view of that, but it's just a nice stamped bottle. And I'll do some research on it to find out a little bit more about that. I really liked this chicken picture. I was excited about picking it up. I felt like it had some nice fall colors, a nice big pumpkin on it. I thought it was just going to be perfect for the season. It says that it's hand painted in Italy. And I don't know if the damage was there when I purchased it. There's a little chip on his beak, or if it happened on the trip. You know, everything was packed in bins. I packed it as best as I could, but you know, it's in the back of the truck and I'm hitting bumps and going down the road, and who knows, maybe it suffered some damage on the trip. I don't know. I may still try to sell it as is because, you know, if somebody just wants to display it on their shelf, you can turn it, you're not going to see the chip. I don't like to sell things that have a lot of chips, but I don't know. I may try on this one. This is a little bank. It says protect your future, saving is having. Accumulated spare change will pay for the things you want. So it's just encouraging saving. I love the graphics on the case that it comes in. It's all along the side too. And then it's just this really cool looking book, which I love books, but it's a book bank. And I have not figured out how it opens. I think all you do is, there's a little screw, it may be a key, so maybe you can't get it open unless you have the key. I don't know. I don't know about that, but it's still a great collectible piece that I think somebody will love to have. That area that I am from in upstate New York in 2011, let me know if I've got that wrong if you're from upstate and you're watching, but I believe it was in 2011 they suffered a very severe flood up in that area. And Tioga Center did get flooded. I don't know if this was in a flood or if it just was somewhere where it was really dirty. I really love this cabbage little teapot. I think it's adorable. I think it's a teapot, or it could be a coffee pot. But I noticed it has a lot of like grunge, you know, on it, all over the whole thing, as if it had been in the mud. And that's kind of what happens with flooding. You get a lot of mud. So I do know this will clean up. It's going to take a little bit of work to get it all off there, but I thought it was definitely worth picking up. I think it's a unique piece, and I love the cabbage design on this. Here's the bottom of it. I don't know, is this a Royal Copley? Is that what that is? Another great piece from my mother. Beautiful fan. Is this not gorgeous? I mean, this fan is beautiful with all the sparkles on it and the gold accents on it. I just think it's just absolutely gorgeous. It looks like a peacock. We're keeping this piece. This came from our good friend Claire's home, and it's a little Tonka camper. Someday, maybe Steve and I will actually own one. I think it's supposed to represent a possible, like a Winnebago. And hopefully someday maybe we'll own one and get to travel around and check out the United States and just have fun. When we were at the church rummage sale, my little sister Julie, she spotted this and pointed it out to me. I was actually kind of surprised she didn't want it, because I think this goes well in a, I would consider her decorating style like a minimalist style. It's just very smooth and sleek, and a nice soft color green that would go nice in any decor. It is a Hager, it's a quality piece, and I don't know if you can see that, it was $1. So I absolutely love this. It's almost like a chalice, is that how you say it, chalice? It's like a big cup, but I love it, it's beautiful. I believe this is an Hager Hocking piece. Based on the design, it reminds me of the ashtrays that I just found recently, and those were Hager Hocking. I've got to do a Google search on it, but I think that's what this is. It does not have the marking on the bottom that Hager Hocking typically does, but it looks a lot like it. It probably, I don't think this was a chip and dip bowl. I think this is probably a salad bowl. So it probably had a set of salad bowls, smaller bowls for the eating, you know, for the serving. But I thought the bowl was just absolutely beautiful, and I didn't want to pass it up. It was, again, this was at that church rummage sale. It probably cost me $1 or $2. Beautiful bowl. Don't ask me why I picked this up. It is, but something about it just stood out to me. It's an aquamarine, like a perfume bottle. It looks like it has some dried up perfume in it. I'm going to clean it out. It just has a nostalgic look to it. I wonder if it's like from the 60s maybe, early 60s or mid 60s. I'm going to have to do some research on it. It does have a wooden top. I just thought it had a really cool look to it. A California USA Pottery piece. Again, this was at that church rummage sale. It was only $1. There was no way I was going to pass it up. It is marked on the bottom. It's got the drip glaze look to it. It's a no-brainer for me. It's a beautiful planter all day long. And I thought this was kind of an interesting piece. It is a movie reel for, let's see, was this a, it doesn't tell me what size that is. Maybe, I don't know enough to know. But it does have some wording on it. It says Thread-O-Matic Reel Lane out of Long Island, New York. So I thought it was a great collectible piece. People like to put things like this in their movie rooms or in their living room. So definitely wanted to grab that. And the teal color is really cool on it. I found a few of these really beautiful beaded work. This is like a choker. It's gorgeous. It's green and white. And I believe probably this came out of the Southwest. That would be my guess. Again, I haven't had a chance to research everything, so I cannot tell you for sure, but that would be my guess. I just can't believe the amount of work that was probably involved in making this gorgeous piece. Other one, just as beautiful. This is like a white and a yellow. And then here's another one. This has like green and orange. It's kind of like a green and orange in it. This is almost like a tie almost. Okay, I've decided in the future what I'm gonna do is the things that are not focusing because they're smaller, I'm just gonna turn the camera around so you can get a good look at it. For some reason, I just cannot get my phone to cooperate, so I need some training on that. But this is an advertising piece. Now, I do see that there is a little bit of damage on the thermometer itself, but it was too good to pass up. I love the horse and carriage. I love that you can see like into the town with the church and the beautiful house. There's a lady walking there. I just really thought this was a beautiful picture overlooking the town. And then it was an advertising piece. This was actually a sample that was given out to show, you know, you could have your advertising right there. And then there was this right here that I found. I saw that in the video. It's just a door piece or drawer piece. Probably went in a drawer. And this piece I had to educate a few people on. They're like, what is that? And I said, well, I think it's a snuff ring. People would wear this on their finger, maybe when they went somewhere, and they would open it up and there's a mirror right there. And use it for snuff, I guess. So there's that. And then there's this set of cards. I think my mother got these for me. Again, west of Endicott. It's Crestview Heights Custom Built Homes. And it came in this box. So this one I'm really torn on. Really torn on this. I absolutely love this piece of artwork. My home is pretty full of artwork. Almost every wall is covered. And I just don't know if I have a place for it. I'm sure I could find a place. But this is Robert Wesley Amick. And this is called, I think, what did it say on the back? I think it said wagon. Covered wagon is what it says on the back. I just love the work on this. Absolutely fantastic. And these go for quite a bit. Have you been watching any of the like 1883 or Yellowstone? I really enjoyed 1883, and this just kind of really reminded me of that, the wagon trail. And so, I don't know, I might have to keep this piece. I'm going to show you these since I've got the camera turned around here. We found, I think, all the green ones. We found the sugar, the flour, and the tea. And then the next day we went back and Steve found the coffee and the cookies. I think that's how it went. Don't hold me to that. But they all are a little bit different. Like it says bright white, and that says sunshine, and that says fluffy, and home style, and golden leaf. But on the bottom, they are all made by the same manufacturer. I don't know if you can read that. There it is. And so technically they aren't a set because they're all different advertising pieces. I believe that's what they're for, is advertising. But in a way they are. You know, they are all similar, but they're not the exact set. Like I imagine you would want to find all the ones that are Sunshine brand or all the ones that are the Fluffy brand. But either way, I think they're fantastic. They're in pretty good shape considering a lot of times when you find these, they're pretty ratted out. I mean, there is some damage there, but the coloring is so good on these. So I definitely picked those up. A couple more items here. Look at this. Isn't this just the cutest little Tupperware piece? This is, I think this is like, you know, a demonstrator's little piece that they would show at a demonstration, you know, a home show that they would do instead of hauling around the great big one. But I just thought it was so adorable. I got this at my brother's yard sale, and it does have its little lid, so I definitely grabbed that. I thought that was cute. And then this old broom, thought that was really nice. I love the handle on that. I think that's done so well, how that was put together. So definitely grab that old broom. And then you did see that I picked this up, and I think one of you mentioned that you had this in your family. This is freshly roasted Bocar coffee. Let's see, world's finest coffee. And I thought this would go really nice. Steve, you know, makes coffee centers and coffee bars out of repurposed furniture. And so I thought this would be a nice little accent on one of those pieces for him. And I'm sure that any tin collector will probably enjoy having this piece. If you watched the hunting videos, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning, I didn't have a Band-Aid on my finger. And then as we went along, I had a Band-Aid on my finger because this guy right here, when I was digging in the bin to find this and get this out, the handle's in such great condition. And usually the paint has come right off these. But I got poked pretty good by that guy. My own fault for not being careful. Again, this is really rusty. I can clean that up, but the handle is in great condition on this. And this is a nice little set. Now, I'm not sure the white is missing on this, or if it never is, maybe not part of that set, but again, these are in pretty good condition with those handles, so I definitely grabbed those. All right, I think I'm gonna call it quits. My voice is starting to go from talking so much, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. Here's the cute little Pillsbury Doughboy. My mother sent this to me from upstate New York. And then I picked this up at my brother's yard sale. You saw that in the video. I thought that scoop was so cool. It is an Avon piece, but that doesn't scare me. I think it's just a really cool vintage piece. The coloring's great on it. Hey, that's it for this haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you think the things are cool that we're finding. I think they're cool. And I know that the people that come into our booths, this is the type of stuff that they're looking for. All right, that's it for today. In a couple of days, maybe towards the weekend, I'll have another video up. We'll just open up another bin and get it all out, and we'll just keep going until we get through all this stuff from upstate New York. Didn't think I was going to be hunting for a couple of weeks because I have so much stuff here I've got to process and go through, but guess what? This weekend, one of my favorite sales that happens right here in our neighborhood is taking place. It's at the Glen Eyre Homes, and they always hold it in sometime like in May or June, and then again in September. And guess what? It's this weekend, so I'm going to be out there hunting, and I will take you along with us, and we'll see what we find. Until then, everybody, get out there yourself, find yourself a treasure, put a big smile on your face, and take good care.